This is another interview for 542. We are the, I'm part of the baseball team predictor winning probability program. And in front of me, it's in person, by the way, so let you guys know on that one. In front of me is Madi. State your name and what you do, or what you used to do, first of all.
Okay, so
Yeah.
my name is Maria Porter, and I worked in property management for about 30 years. I retired 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, and let me see. We had to go to school a little bit about property management. I was a receptionist slash secretary. Um, went to college, but I went to college, went to cosmetology, graduated from went to barber school, but then I didn't. I had 2 years of college, but then that's it.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I mentioned earlier, but I'll mention it again for the interview. So I'm making an AI system that predicts win probability of a team, any team that you choose against any other team. What is the result from it that you expect, if you expect any? The bare minimum would be the win probability.
To win?
Yeah, like your chances of winning. Do you expect anything more from a program if you were to use such a program?
Well, I wanted it to work.
That's a fair response. Yeah, you just want to make work. But what are the results? Like, let's just assume that you're into baseball, and like, if you're not into baseball, it's like, yeah, of course you want it to work. But what is your expected outcomes? Like, what do you expect it to give you, and in terms of like using it, if you were to use it?
Wow. So the question is, what would I be expecting from?
A program, if you were to use such program, and the program being that it's a program that predicts the winning probability of a team, your team that you choose against any other.
Could it be football?
It could be, you know what? Yeah, it could be any sports. Just to
Okay.
give you a general idea, like what do you expect from a program if you use such a program? Because this was specifically targeted for baseball, but I get why you're saying football because you can relate to football, right?
Yes.
So what do you expect if I were to make a program in football, as you were to use it as a regular use, right?
Gosh, I would expect it to tell me who's winning.
No, that's a fair response. Like, what we develop is that it gives you a percentage of like your chances of winning. So it could be like 75%, 55%, 45%. And it also accounts for weather conditions as well and other metrics. Like I was saying earlier, I got done interviewing a minor league coach, and he said that a lot of psychology go into these players more than you expect. Um, so like the mental health of the player itself does contribute to how he performs in the sport.
Okay.
And surprisingly, he wanted us to output that as a result. Um, Now I'm asking you the same question. Would you expect that much detail of results?
Well, if the programs could actually um, find out how how good is that player,
Yeah.
you know?
Okay.
Um,
When you say how good the player is, you mean like the minute details?
yes,
Okay.
how willing is he? How good is he willing to play? I mean, win the game.
And you're saying more specifically for that game, right? At
Yes.
that moment in time,
Yes.
real time.
Yes.
So the issue with giving minute details to AI, it hallucinates. It gives false information at times. So it may seem like it's true, but it's false.
Oh my gosh.
So, knowing that, do you still want those details? It can be convincing details. Like, so let's say you have this football player, he got some sort of injury in his right wrist.
Yes.
We give that to the AI, and it says, "Oh, he can play still." Would you still want those details?
No,
No.
no, because, well, then the machine is not being truthful.
Oh yeah. but it's not going to tell you if it's not truth or not. So that's
Oh.
up to you to decide. Like, if you wanted those minute details, right, and there's a chance of it being incorrectly given to you, do you still want those details? Because there's that we have that issue of like trying to get into the micro details, smaller stuff. Saying like for baseball, it's like different innings, right? And per inning, we have situations where it's like no, it's hallucinated, giving information as if it's true or predicted to be true, but it's not. And we're saying that because we predicted 2024 outcomes, right? And we noticed a few games were like somewhat off from what actually happened. And it's not because it's like a prediction situation. It's more like because it hallucinated, made a player far worse than they actually were, for unknown reasons, right?
Yeah.
And it gave out a outcome that we knew for a fact was wrong, but portrayed it as right. And it's because of those smaller details, right? And since you're asking for smaller details of players,
Yeah.
do you still want those details? Like, let's say like 80% of it's correct and 20% is incorrect. Do you still want those details? And how would you detect those 20% of misinformed details? It's a good question because it's one that we face as well.
Really?
Yeah. So we're the designers. We want to ask the consumer, how would they, like that? How would they deal with that possibility? And if can't taking into account that possibility now, do you still want those details?
Interesting.
Yeah, it is.
It's very interesting because, because we're dealing with humans. I mean, the machine can tell me whatever it is, but at the end of the day, you don't know what the person is thinking, if they're going to win or lose. Coming back to the bad day,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I'd rather go with a human instead of a machine. Because then you got to do the work yourself, to see how that person is hurting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can go with the machine, but it's like, not the machine. I mean, the program.
Mm-hmm.
But will I trust it?
Yeah, it's a good one. That's why we made an interface very simple. We gave 10 top players and like the probability of winning. The reason why we did it is because when we get into the smaller details, sometimes they're incorrect and whatnot. But if I were to give you the diminished outcome program, would you still use it as a way to, let's say, bet on things or let's say you go to main event and it predicted to be for sure a win, would you still use that program as a way to, signal those things? Keep in mind, we're not giving you the micro details anymore. Just plain big picture details. So like we got these 10 top players and then the team's gonna win at this event. Is it gonna influence you to go see the event?
Probably yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the assumption we need to, is that if we were to give the users the bigger picture with more accuracy and less hallucination, it's like they may be convinced to use the app
Yeah.
to go to the events and possibly, fly in or rent out property. And that's what you do is rentals now. So that's using your experience in the rental field. Now, if you were to advertise or if you were to hear about this program and let's say there's a large demand for the program, a lot of people are using it, how would you tackle this influx of people wanting to rent properties or hotels and stuff like that? Because once again, you did go into detail prior to this interview that you did a lot of rental, you dealt with a lot of people. Now let's imagine that's amplified. Let's say you have double that demand out of nowhere because some main event happened, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So how would you tackle that from your experience? Like you heard about this program, now you see all these people coming in out of nowhere. Do you think the program's still beneficial to be out there?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
But not. But you know what? Remember, because you're asking old school, right? So
Mhm.
I don't have that much, when it comes to like technology.
Good.
And I'm always gonna go to the human side.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, it's how they feel. You know what I mean? Even the singers, even a concert.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when you're talking about, a lot of people following this because the machine said it, well, you know, and sometimes you get lazy. You don't want to do it over here and talk to the people. You just want to go to the machine and get it over with.
Yeah. It's a good response because even me who developed it, a good chunk of it, would not use it as 100%. I'm gonna do something.
Yeah, no.
But it's a great indicator of the outcomes, right? I would use it, be like, oh, that's great to know that this is gonna happen. When I have the free time, I'll go to this event if it's as predicted, right? And I'm trying to see if you would still want the program to be out there for your rental properties and whatnot, because once again, you got Airbnb and stuff like that.
Yes.
There's people who come in for like a week or two.
Yes.
Dip out. So I would imagine that would be beneficial to you. But how would you tackle that? Because it's such a large demand coming in out of nowhere. And do you want to deal with that large demand?
See, that would be not good, because of all those masses of people, you still have to go through every one of them.
Yep.
And the machine got all these people together
Mm-hmm.
because it's telling it, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing that ever happened. Come in here.
Mm-hmm.
But then, right here, we have to still interview these people. We still have to go through each and every one of them, because in the long run, it's going to be my loss. It's going to be my loss, because what if these people rent even a quarter of them rent from me, and they're not good tenants.
Yeah.
So the machine is just, it's not telling me a lie. It's just that's what the machine is going to do.
Yeah. And that's my next question: is that we predicted something and it didn't come into reality.
Yes.
And then you got these lot of people coming in, right?
Yes.
They're mad.
Yes.
How you deal with that? Yeah. I mean, the possibilities of that happening is very small in what we have, but we always anticipate it to happen. So
So you have to prepare. You
Mhm.
always have to have a plan B. I'm listening to the machine because it's getting me people. I mean, and my business is to make money. So I welcome the machine, but then the machine would have to do something else for me. It would have to be like, not going to the people's brains or anything like that, but I don't know, almost like a judge of character or something like that. You gotta, the program has to go a step further than just getting me people. That program is going to have to go in their background. It's going to have to go into their, there's business, just a lot of private stuff that you cannot, you know what I mean? Like their credits, I would welcome the program if it could do that. It's
Yeah.
just not bringing me people, and it's not going to work.
Yep. That's one thing. I think I did one interview where community is a big key on these teams, right? Each community has different positive and negatives. One of them, for example, is the Yankees team. Their community, very hostile people. They'll tear everything down. Happens, right? But let's say you have like the team with Angels in their community. They tend to see that be less violent and stuff like that. So you would like to know those different, communities, right?
Yes.
Like who's using the program and in which community they're in. That's your interest, right?
Yes.
For the anticipation of like, oh, what if this one community comes in? They're very open, hostile. I don't want them, right?
No, yes, because we're going back to people.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? You're the machine, the program can be like excellent, but then,
Yeah. That human connection, it's all
Yeah.
not there.
it's like you said in the beginning. I don't think computers are going to take over the world, because there's still humans here.
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah.
Yeah, the AI program only predicts outcomes in certain scenarios. In game, we never thought about including the community because one, that's a violation of people's rights. So you can only make assumptions of the community. We can't make the program take the user's info. We got a lot of issues doing that government-wise. There's some companies like Google and stuff like that that do account for, they do capture user data and try to anticipate advertisement that around. But that's good to hear that that can be useful in some degree if we were to allow to capture data in that capacity. I think that's all the questions I have regards to rentals and land. Because my biggest, we were trying to advertise this program to be more than just betting. We're trying to look at rental, hotels and stuff like that. Other
Yeah.
services, because a game predictor is not only, I think it's not only viable in betting. It's you can use it for other metrics, right? Other things. So yeah,
All right.
great to know.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you. Was that any help?
Yeah.